across from Galio just because his, Falcon Punch is so telegraphed. Am I allowed to say that?
It's not called that, but I like it, and I'm going to steal that. So good stuff. Fiora going to be taken away from Huni here, the fight or flight player. Fanimal Feast. Meanwhile, Xayah taken away from Mystic, actually. So we were actually a bit curious over the Xayah earlier, saying that maybe not the best pick for us, but I guess it's been banned away from Mystic regardless.
This also really does force Mystic into a smaller champion pool. Really, the only other champion that he can reach for is going to be his Ashe, unless we see a massive throwback to maybe his Sivir or his Ezreal days.
Possibility. Ezreal been out of the meta for a long time, but that was his pick back in spring.
Jack's the final ban there, so again, trying to make room for 957 if he wants to take the Galio.
Gotta respect Huni just a little there. Back over to SKT. They do need a jungler, and Lee Sin's still open, so why not give that over to Blank? And Blank, very different beast now compared to a lot of what the international viewers saw before of him. So he's now more of that big carry player in the jungle who can really put the pain towards WE. And that's going to be the Rengar locking for Condi, the only guy in the LPL that I trust to bring the Rengar to the Rift.
Yeah, he's the only one who I feel is allowed to play it. But I want to quickly touch on Blank. So 19-0 so far for 2017. If you include his Kespa Cup games, he's technically 21-0. So this guy is on a massive tear right now.
Yeah, hell of a win streak. Rumble as well, locked in. So, hang on, question marks.
It's
that will be
Galio
ADC.
Mid at ADC Lucian. I got you.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I was put for a bit of a loop because we have so many flex picks, technically triple flex picks. So the Lucian will go down into the ADC position now, and then Rumble to top lane. Xie will get his hands on Galio.
And the last time we did see Mystic pick up the Lucian, he went for that late game build, so looking for the Infinity Edge. This composition scales very heavy. I know I'm still not used to how much damage Rumble is able to output from mid-game on, but it can be explosive. On the other side, SKT, they have just as many options, but so much hard CC, whereas I feel like Team WE really lacking that CC potential.
And Huni, well, you took away his Jax, but he's still going to pick up a champion that can go into those side lanes. And Huni will look to put the hurt down onto 957 with that Rumble. I think this is actually the last time I cast Huni was back in EU, and that was ages ago. So it's nice to see him back on this stage. And I want to vote for Huni, but damn, do I really want to see WE actually pick up a game here?
I don't know. You could definitely flip-flop. I wouldn't blame you, but we are going to see Koma and Home, definite old-time friends.
Yeah.
They're very buddy-buddy, walking almost hand-in-hand off the stage.
Nice to see, but still, both teams really want this win. This is technically the unofficial international best-of-3 ready to go.
And the scary thing for me is that there's such short range on Team WE's composition. Other than the equalizer, there's not a lot of reach back there to grab hold of Faker, to grab hold of Bang. You just have that mid-range Lucian as well as kind of the front line of Galio.
Yeah, you're not filling me with a lot of confidence here, Frost. So what
I'm scared.
What do LPL have at their disposal?
Team WE and their ability to 5v5?
Alright, don't say friendship at me. Come on, that's a bit of a cop-out. Can the Rumble do anything? Can we get these equalizers down?
They have Condi on Rengar,
Yeah.
so if there is going to be someone who can get into that backline and can quickly rip someone apart, it is the Rengar, but I feel like it's so dependent on getting ahead.
Alright, I'm feeling a little bit better now. Thank you very much, Frost. But we're about to get onto the Rift here. WE and SKT going at it once again to decide once and for all who is the better team coming out of the groups here in Rift Rivals 2017.
And it's not Peanut this time. It's the 19-0 for 2017 Blank. I'm almost afraid that Blank's undefeated win streak might be more important to SKT than the fact that there's really nothing on the line for them here.
Yeah, and if I've learned anything from No Game, No Life, then Blank never loses. And right now, if he's 21-0, that's definitely being true. And Bang, hey, he's got to use his own skin. I bet Faker's just using Classic as normal, though.
I don't know. I did see Faker get that pentakill the other day on his Syndra skin.
Oh, there you go.
Got to make that plug. If you want a pentakill, you too can get one with Faker's Syndra
Just
skin.
buy the skin. Buy now. But yeah, Faker, I think the last time he had like a different skin that wasn't Classic, it was a misclick. So nice to see him actually going towards some of the skins that are based after him. Meanwhile, in this bottom lane, Mystic and Zero. The analyst desk was definitely down on Zero, though I felt he had a pretty okay performance for a large portion of that game on the Rakan last time around.
And we kind of talk about pocket picks. Braum for Zero in particular, it actually was undefeated in 2014 until he ran into Samsung White in those finals. That's the thing, a lot of people kind of forget about Zero. He's been out of the spotlight for so long, coming back naturally because Ben was having some of those visa problems coming into this tournament. But, I mean, he has the reputation and the credits to make a berth on an international stage like this with respect.
Looking at this mid lane, as she already takes a lot of damage from Faker. That being said, this would be a grudge match for Faker, because he did get 1v1 killed multiple times by Xie last time these two met on the MSI stage, just a couple months back.
But so far, all has been quiet. Faker, very aggressive.
Oh man, level 2 punish. This is huge onto Xie. Gets the auto attack as well. Faker you need to calm down.
Yeah, kind of interesting that Xie lost control of the creep wave like that, and then just got blown apart by a level 2, and now level 2 advantage for Huni as well.
Huni's going in as well. All these solo lanes are just going in, and gets the tactical sweep there onto 957. Already, these lanes are giving it to WE.
And that's massive bad news, Bears, for any LPL fan that might be left after this tournament, as they've now spotted out Condi, and here comes Blank.
He is relentless, and he is now a big invader. Condi, he's going to spot him, turns the corner still, and out of vision, jumps in, gets the smite down. All right, we got that one, Condi. Good job. Blank has to go back now.
Yeah, trying to find the very edge of Rengar there to connect with the Q, so looking for the kill as opposed to the smite steal.
Oh, Blank is relentless. He just goes in once again,
He's
connects
dead.
the Q, jumps after. And luckily, there was good timing on that one. Almost a solo kill in the mid lane. Faker has to flash away. Xie flashes behind his tower.
That's terrifying. Two members of Team WE are forced off the map right there, blinking health bars. They do get the flash off of Faker, but you have to think that there's not really much that Team WE's composition can really punish as long as Faker plays to his warded side. You know, Rengar can't reach him at this point in the game.
Oh, a bit of a bastion of hope there in the mid lane for Xie. Since he is running the TP, gets there first, pushes in the minion wave, ready for this one to bounce. And it actually looks like he's going back to base once more. Bottom lane, double knock-up, Bang going in as well. Zero blocking up a lot of this damage, though, as the spears come down. Mystic will retreat, go back to farming these minions.
And I understand the mentality from Mystic and Zero there. They know that both junglers are tied up on the top side of the map. They know that everyone's just resetting, so they see what they can get, maybe an aggressive trade. But so far, all of these lanes seem to be kind of falling apart for WE at 4 minutes into the game. So slow it down, pump the brakes, take a breath, guys.
Yeah, I mean, so far there's been no first blood, though there is a CS advantage in top lane and mid lane, which doesn't signal good things necessarily for WE. Though we are very early into this one. We will just try and calm it down if you're WE. Though SKT, I mean, they can keep going ham. It's working out for them, clearly.
But here comes Condi trying to punish Faker's lack of flash. Does spot out the ward there, and like I said, Faker just needs to make sure that he plays to his warded side, and he can continue to be hyper-aggressive in this matchup because it is someone like a Rengar sitting in the jungle.
Right. And Condi not going to waste time. Iwashi, a bit of a trade here, but again, just as punch.
Not. Oh, if that poison had connected, you would have walked down, what, 2 more E's?
Still gets another one.
He's getting obliterated in these trades.
It's not fun. It's really not fun for Xie. Condi, maybe he can make a return to the mid lane. Faker, still no flash. Does have the cleanse, however, to get out of the root from the bowler if he throws it down. Blank, he's managed to get in outside of that vision, and Xie doesn't know he's there. He's still waiting for a potential gank, and Xie, he's walking forwards. This doesn't look good.
Doesn't
if you're
have
a
flash.
WE fan, comes in around Xie. Thankfully, he's no kick just yet at level 6, but good block out from Blank. Xie doesn't have the flash. He's getting chased out here. How deep will Faker go? First blood! The damage, and Blank doesn't even die.
Beautifully played from both Faker and Blank, and that was set up from the communication that the side was warded. We saw Blank's pathing, you know, Splinter Cell underneath the control ward that Faker saw placed on top of his own, gets behind Xie and blows him up.
Oh man, Faker with that initial kill go back to base, picks up a bunch of things for his inventory. He has the tear, a refillable potion, and the Dark Seal. He's in such good shape now. And Xie, I mean, if you thought it was bad before, it's only going to get worse.
But Xie does have the potential where as he gets closer to that level 6, 5 now, that he can try to make a play into a side lane, whereas Faker took the cleanse, so doesn't have the teleport, is on Cassiopeia. He just wants to isolate this lane and continue to try to abuse Xie. Now, the tier, it's not going to be as hard as the ramp as he would have liked on different champions, but hold on.
Bottom lane, again, damage onto 0 is all it's going to be, but there's a hefty amount of damage. Bang jumps into range against the Ren back. Faker just chasing down Xie. They will get a bit of a taunt there in the damage reduction. But Faker just keeps going in, getting all the damage he can eke out in this mid lane.
And the point is that Xie doesn't want to be here. He wants to get level 6 as soon as possible, shove the wave, and then try to get anywhere else. He can start teaming up with 957, does have his ultimate. In fact, Xie is starting to make, he's not going to roam, he's just trying to open up the pathway top, you know, start to control this, we usually call the Silk Road the Dragon Pit, or behind the Dragon Pit. Try to open up gank past top.
For now, Huni's pretty much just winning this 1v1 by himself as Faker continues to put the hurt down onto Xie. You can see a 2-wave advantage to Huni up there. Meanwhile, Faker is sitting pretty on his own 2-wave advantage.
Literally nothing Shie can do. He's sitting on cloth armor. Excuse me, not cloth armor. MR. No cloak.
That's the one. That's the Badger. And if you look later into the game, when do WE try to strike back? Because you talked to me about Condi. What else can we see with him? Speaking of which, you can see his counterpart invading onto Condi right now.
Speaking of strike back, this Q will connect to Rengar.
This red buff away. Blank's going to go in on this one. Does he have any support? He may not need it. He's got the level 6 ready to go. Condi has to use the Thrill of the Hunt.
And Shie is still level 5, so there's no protection coming from the mid lane. SKT are just overwhelming Team WE now.
Blank, somehow he connects it. He's not going to jump in on this one. Doesn't necessarily want to give a kill over to Mystic.
You know, Zero's just sitting with his finger on the flash button.
You know
He's like, Blank, if I go down, you're
I'm
coming
taking you
with
with me. All right, Blank. He still wants to kill into the bottom lane. Nice
Here comes
knock-up.
Rumble.
Oh, good dodge from Mystic. Rumble's coming down to the bottom lane. Lands the equalizer. Good equalizer. Blank, can he get out? Flashes over the wall. 957. He wants in, though. He wants a kill. Wolf jumps back, and this front line should be enough for them. Zero. Okay. Respects. Flash comes out. SKT burn a lot of summoners.
And that was the last bastion of hope for Team WE and their fans. They had the equalizer. It was still going to be very strong, but now SKT, they expertly disengage, and they absorb a lot of resources from WE. Meanwhile, Huni sitting up here, free XP, free CS. Now you don't have to deal with the teleport, the equalizer. Team WE are defanged for 5-7 minutes.
Definitely just have to try and, I don't know, scale up here for Team WE. It's going to take a while. And just try and stop the bleeding, because they haven't even cauterized the wounds yet. And Shie going back to base once again. What, 20 CS lead now to Faker.
The bright side. He is level 6. We made it, boys.
Oh, yeah. Silver linings. Absolutely love it.
And look at this big wave. It's about to get pushed into him.
I mean, I'll take everything I can for us.
Keep digging for that silver lining, because it is disastrous
we
right
need
now.
to dig up at this point. I don't want to dig down any further. Pretty much hit rock bottom. How's top lane doing? Oh, not great. How's bot lane doing? Mystic, you got anything for me? Well, he's about equal CS with Banks. That's good. It looks like he's going for the Blade of the Ruin King build in this one versus going for the crit. So he's looking towards the mid game versus going for that hyper late game.
And that's interesting. Again, like I said, the last time we saw Mystic pick up the Lucian, he did look for that late game scaling build, had the eye edge, but Condi, they don't have the teleport, so he's going to have to go to Rumble here. Equalizer is almost back up.
It's got a few seconds until ultimate comes up for Condi. He get through the vision as that minion dies, so he's not being seen yet by Huni, though the wave is pushing.
And you're still dealing with a wave that's pushing into Camille, the fact that she has hookshot and has her flash available, so unless this is played absolutely perfect by Condi and 957, I don't know how much there is available here.
Well, the call has been made to actually try and make this one happen. It's a big investment of time. He's already been here for, what, 30, 40 seconds.
Here they
Jumps
go.
Immediately onto Huni, hook shot, back behind the tower, and he's already gone.
Of course, they do have pressure, can get some chip damage on the structure, but here comes Blank. Do SKT feel confident enough with Faker rotating up? Yep.
Well, Faker, yeah, as you said, was rotating. Shie would be quite a long way away, even from getting his hero's entrance down. And Huni is pretty much defending this one by himself. Blank's there behind him just in case 957 and Condi are feeling spicy, want to go for the gank. And Faker is running Shie down in the mid lane. Having to use the taunt just for the damage reduction does not feel great. And Faker, absolute control. And I'm just thinking, like, what do WE do?
They're trying to pull the trigger right now, so Shie's been forced out of the lane, but he's just trying to get here for the dive. Here they go.
Hero's entrance comes down, and Huni and Blank have already run away. Can Condi get in there? Equalizer down onto Huni, but he saved his flash from the previous engagement, and he simply walks away.
Best case scenario for Team WE. They see that Faker is still in the mid lane. He's now disappeared. Small window to get out.
Oh, Huni is going deep. Pops the ultimate. The ultimatum comes out, but it's for himself. He drops. 957, one more tower shot. Unfortunately. Oh, the shield, the scrap shield for the save, and the tower goes down.
But Faker is still here. He's going to get something off of this.
There is a snake in the grass, and he locks up Shie. Blank coming in from around the side, connects to the Q, and he's actually going to sacrifice himself. Maybe gets the kill onto Blank, but not going to happen, and it will be the return kill.
But that's still 2 kills in the back pocket of Faker is now bottom. Probably not going to get anything there. Again, good maneuver from Team WE. The rest of the map was bleeding out, particularly in that mid lane. She understands his position. Just shove the wave and try to beat Faker to a side lane.
Hey, at the very least, now the top farm has been equalized, and 957 with a kill, plus the top tower went down for first blood tower, so that's going to be good, right, Frost?
Could be. They do have teleport also back up, so waiting on that equalizer. We talked about how Team WE would probably be defanged for the duration of that teleport timer. They made the best of a bad situation and kind of slowly crawled back into this game.
I feel like the Demon King has definitely just woken up in this game. He's 2-0, has a Rod of Ages at what, 11, 12 minutes, and has the tier early.
The point is to not fight near the Demon King, but here we go.
Engage in the bottom lane, knock up as well. The charm comes into 0, and also the ADC. Huni coming down, but still the Fate's Call comes up, and it's still equal. But now Huni looking to equalize this one. He's chasing down 0. He dies in the 2v2, and the stun comes up from the Mystic. He dashes away, pops the culling. SKT probably going to be happy with this just one kill.
And I think we're over, but Blink should be making a rotation bottom. Condi also trying to help out Mystic. He can't stay there without support. They will just dive him and kill him.
Yeah, Condi really needs to stick around. I mean, he's taking Krugs right now.
Mystic, this is so brave.
Yeah, I think the fact that Mystic is staying up there and sitting at the tower says to SKT, maybe the jungler's around, though it doesn't really matter. They're going for the dragon on top of that. So regardless of what SKT do, they're going to get an advantage, and it is the first dragon of the game in the form of the Mountain Dragon.
But that's still betting that Blank and Faker are going to be on the dragon as opposed to making their way down there. Team WE have not had vision control of that river.
957 trying to take away the red buff. It would be a nice little scrap for him, a consolation prize as it were in this one. Huni waiting over the wall. He's not going to give this one without a fight. 957 just secure it. Will have to flash over the wall. Precision Protocol sends him packing, and Herald also just slams against the wall.
And the other thing about kind of going towards that dragon is that that was, again, the bastion of hope for Team WE. They want to fight around the equalizer, which means that they want to fight around monster objectives like the Mountain Dragon. With no reason for SKT to be in that area, they can actually stall out a lot of the power of 957. You know, he's going to get level 11 soon, have 2 ticks in the ultimate, and he's not really going to have anywhere to use it freely.
Wolf just patrolling the river at this point in time, placing down that vision, just trying to consolidate the advantage that SKT has in this game so far. But the goal total, pretty even right now, feeling pretty good for WE. Have that first tower still. First dragon to SKT and Inferno on the horizon. We'll see what that turns into later, though it seems like we're going back to normality, everyone going through the motions, back to lanes, farming up.
But still there's these big juggled windows of someone has a teleport, someone doesn't have a TV, which is why Mystic is so confident to do this.
Good damage from Mystic. Bang turns up though, and it's like, what do you say about Wolf? Here comes the Fate's Call. May just send him back home, because Connie's jumping in. She interrupts the jump coming in, looking for the knock-up. He's just kicked into the tower, completely outplayed by Blank. In comes the TP out from 957. They want to go for this fight. Draws the line. Everyone's going to have to retreat over that from SKT. 957. Is he going to go any deeper? Seems like not.
Faker's behind
Q connecting onto Mystic. Might be the go button for Blank and Faker, the tag team. But for now, it is just going to be the control wards and the defense of the bottom lane tower.
Condi completely outplayed there. Just gets absolutely obliterated. And again, another teleport leaves Huni on an island. Free XP, free gold, and a free tower.
And again, just another advantage over to SKT. No, we are just pausing for a second because Blank is waiting in this bush. You see Xie going back, connects the Q, goes in very deep. Does he have the rest of the team there to save and taking a lot of damage, but WE do not want to commit on this one. Faker, he's still on the bottom side. The flash, the ultimate. In comes the hero's entrance as well. Interrupted from Xie. And Wolf is just all over this bottom team. Renders well for the kill over to Bang. 2 more kills to SKT.
And so cleanly executed on that dive. Just a beautiful thing to watch when SKT are all moving together like that. Look at how confident they are to continue to stick around and chip away there. Meanwhile, like I said, Huni, free tower, continuing to shove top.
Absolutely getting everything in this one. 957 unable to visit the top lane right now. He's pretty much stuck in bot. He'll go back to base now, but Condi was having to be the band-aid, and Huni was just pushing away in his happy place in top lane, pushing away.
And frankly, a lot of this is on the back of Xie. You know, he's not that big, tanky Galio that he needs to be at this point in the game. Normally, you shouldn't be able to free dive a team like that when they have multiple members there, when they have a Galio, but he's just barely sitting on a Spectre's Cal. He had a Bomby Cinder, decided to sell it, and he's like trying to cobble together some form of resistance.
Can this potentially be a kill here? 0 coming in from around the side. Connects to Winter's Bite. She is going to follow up as well. Lands the taunt. Faker cleanses out of it. No flash, but potentially able to turn this one around. No petrifying gaze either, though Blank here to back him up. Wolf from the bottom side. Condi sees him and stares him dead in the eyes. He's like, maybe not. Maybe this isn't the engage I want.
Eating up multiple resources, though. I feel like Faker pulling a bit of a crown there, where you just throw so many ultimates at him, and he's just like, cleanse, I'm fine.
Fate's Call used by Bang. Going to chase after up. There's an AD carry in the bottom lane, but the defense from Zero comes up the Unbreakable. Condi coming in from the backside, but he doesn't have the ultimate. Blank's also here to defend, but Wolf just evaporates. Mystic will get the kill there with the assistance of Xie.
But again, it's about how many resources they're using to pick up these kills. Yeah, they might be able to translate it into a tower, especially as SKT aren't moving anywhere to counteract it, but that was a teleport, that was an ultimate, and it was just Wolf.
Close to the tower here, so now 2 towers to 1 overall for WE. What else SKT doing though? Because you got to know that Huni's pressuring the top lane, Faker's pushing in the mid, and Blank is even aggressing for this deep vision. So SKT, yes, they lose something in the bottom side, but they're always taking something in the rest of the map.
Or at least setting themselves up for it, so getting decent damage on this mid lane. Good rotation from Huni, as he comes around the corner. Maybe not.
Yeah, perhaps not on this one. Xie charging up the taunt, the flash as well, lands it onto 2 players, but that's a big stun down onto Mystic, the damage dealer. Wolf jumping in there as well, looking for the grand entrance, though he is, kind of up without a paddle. In comes the equalizer, being chased down. Everyone tries to skirt around it. Wolf somehow still alive. Huni locking them down on the front lines, grounded once again by Faker. No kills just yet. Mid tower being sieged now by WE.
The fadeaway heal right there, and unfortunately Bang is looking for a flank, but he doesn't have Fate's call, flash, or heal. I think he's going to have to disengage from that one.
Yeah, Kalista's not a great flanking champion.
Yeah, just they stabilize there.
And that's it in the end. 2-6 in total, though 3 of those kills are on Faker. And I think we can firmly say now that he's gotten his revenge. She is already dead. You can stop just kicking him now. 173 farm compared to 99. 3 kills over his opponent. And Xie, all he has to his name is that Abyssal Mask.
It just has to be that meat shield, though. So 957, level 11, has the strong equalizer. The Infernal Dragon will be coming up in 18 seconds now. So Team WE just need to get their ducks in a row. Are they confident to fight here? Use the Galley ultimate, use that equalizer, or are they going to give away this valuable dragon?
Xie back to the bottom side. Has no TP. 957 is the one who will be on the further side, or farthest side rather, in the top. Meanwhile, this next dragon is live, so it will be a contention point over this debate.
I mean, the other option that Team WE have is if they feel that they haven't gotten here close enough, if they've lost too much control of the vision, they could just turn towards the Rift Herald. The problem is that SKT can do this so easily with minimal resources, you know, just Kalista, just Lee Sin, and Huni's got full control of the top side, so that Team WE feel like they're just being, you know, cornered or caged on their map. They really can't overreach anywhere.
They're being shepherded around the map. I mean, they can't go anywhere they particularly want to.
That was a flank from Huni.
Blank right now doesn't want to go in, doesn't connect the Q. Though Faker's coming in from the bot side, he's ripping apart Condi. Airborne goes Condi, and Zero just can't do anything to assist. In comes Huni as well, locks him in the ultimatum, trying to buy a bit of room right here is Xie. Just back to the rest of the team with the Justice Punch, buying more time, stopping Faker, but down goes Zero. Huni with the assassination, Blank goes deep, big kick, removes the AD carry. 3 more kills to SKT, and they are not done. Huni wants another one, but he takes the tower down instead.
And that was just amazing to watch. Blank right there, the flashy moves on the Lee Sin, goes for the deep kick, kicks Mystic out of position into his death, and just slides right out.
I can't believe he's still alive. Blank is an absolute madman. And he has changed so much since the last time many people saw him on the international stage, and this guy is absolutely insane. He could be, what, 22-0 now in the 2017 season? There's a reason this guy does not lose.
He's just grown up with SKT, and 20-0 in 2017. The 21 is the 2 Casper Cups.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Let's keep his record straight.
Okay, got to knock those 2 off. There you go.
Don't inflate his ego too much, Falls.
He's already got 19 wins.
Okay, we were talking about how Team W are just getting shepherded around this map, and they really can't overreach anywhere. Huni gets a deep teleport behind them, and hello, Condi. Goodbye, Condi. You're not even going to get your ultimate off before we pop you like a balloon. Now, Galio is going to go up for the ultimate. He's not going to hit anyone. A good Fate's call to disengage. Excuse me. Got Bang on the very tip there. But here comes Blank. And this is just sick to watch. Gets behind the Lucian, kicks him into the Galio, and then ward sweeps out to the side.
It's just almost too clean. And Huni, final hit on the tower, break down the mid tower as well, 10-2. And it was looking maybe salvageable from WE for a good amount of time, but now 5,000 gold behind, and SKT just taking fight after fight.
I mean, I'm hesitant to even say it was salvageable at any point. They were losing naturally in their lanes, mid lane in particular, bot lane also taking kind of wonky trades. The one good place for them was when Rumble was using those teleports, but 957 can't be everywhere. And while he's been trying to clean up the rest of his map, Huni is just getting free EXP, free gold, and chunking out not like that.
Condi jumps in. He wants to try and find his pick. I mean, there's a blast cone around the wall, and Huni's going to take it to victory. Fancy footwork with the hook shot.
Definitely a Baron.
That's just going to go down. I mean, what can WE do? Huni is enough of a threat by himself to stop all of them from approaching. Baron down at 22 minutes. SKT. 957 has to jump away from Huni. The rest of the team coming in. Bang with the face core as well, looking to chase down WE. They're in a choke point, and at least 2 people are going to die here. 957 first casualty. Down goes 0. And the numbers are deleted from WE.
I mean, it's Callista, Cassiopeia, Mountain Drake, and Infernal. You leave them alone for 30 seconds on the Baron, and it's done. But the waves are prepped in time. Huni's had so much pressure up here, so they walk through the Baron, through the team fight, through the tower. And this is the defining feature of SKT.
And Condi tries to save his ally, GA, but he's just deleted in the mid lane. Huni and Blank ramming it down that mid. Pretty much an open mid to the stage of that's just on the in here. 22 minutes. Casual game for SKT.
But it's the fact that...
Well, that's all of his health. Huni jumps in. Going to be rooting down Huni again, so he doesn't get the kills at the very least, but he still survives somehow. And Wolf destroys the inhibitor on the flip side.
Someone needs to take care of that in the top lane.
Yeah, someone needs to address it, but SKT go back to base, nothing else here for them, as they've already destroyed the inhibitor. But
it's the fact that when SKT go to sink their fangs into you, everything has been set up. So if you do make that mistake, they're so efficient in maximizing the punishment, because it's not just the team fight, and it's not just the Baron, it's the fact that all of the waves are pushed up, that they already have the deep vision, that they've understood when to pull Huni and when he can stay up in the top, so he's built up this massive CS advantage. They're firing on all cylinders, and Team WE, we're already in the ground.
Pretty much. It's like, can we just shove them 6 feet under at this point, say as SKT? They're what, over 10,000 gold ahead of WE at 23 minutes. In comes Bang.
That moment.
Just let him live.
Wink,
here comes Shie. Knocks him airborne, but Mystic doesn't really want to go in this one. 957 also arrives, lays down the red carpet. Wolf jumps in, looks for the taunt, is taunted himself. 0. Following after as well, Huni joins the fight, and everybody just invited to the bouncy castle. Bang gets the kill onto 0. Mystic wants out, but will not get out. Shie in the pit as well. Everybody dies in the last pit. And Wolf, that's the clean ace. The triple kill to Bang.
Okay, Bang. Okay. Literally ran from across map. He's like, I bet I can 1v1 this. It's not a 1v1. But
definitely not.
Everyone collapses down. The gold lead speaks for itself. That's ballooned well over 10k, and SKT just styled on Team WE.
You thought 27 minutes was fast against the Flash Wolves. We'll make it less than a 25-minute win in this one, up against WE. And the unofficial best of 3 definitely won, as SKT rammed the final nail in the coffin against WE.
And the final nail in the coffin for the LPL. I said at the beginning of this tournament that there are no excuses. It is nut up or shut up time for the LPL. They brought their 4 best teams, and every single one has